great night for UCF. I thought our guys, they kept fighting in a game in which they got down early in the first half to a very good Kansas basketball team, and just proud of the way we fought back. We chipped away. In the second half, we started to gain more momentum, and we were able to take the lead and sustain it for the most part, and just really proud of our guys. What a difference a day make. We come off a game where tough road loss, and we come back home and we have to face Kansas, a great program, Hall of Fame coach. I thought our guys responded the way I like to see a UCF team respond, and that's with great courage, effort, and energy, throughout the entire night.
You pulled that zone defense out of your bag. Coach Self said he wasn't necessarily expecting that look. Just kind of talk about that decision. That's something that you had planned this whole time for this game.
Yeah, we knew we had zone in our bag. It's something that we work on, and we felt it was timely to play some today. I think that's why you saw our guys play it so well, because they're accustomed to playing it in practice, and just it worked out. Tonight it was a defense that we were able to stay with longer. I wasn't sure how long we'd have to stay with it, but we were able to stay with it longer because I thought it was effective at times in the second half for us.
How important was Diallo's presence and impact in this game?
I thought he was great. I think it may have been the best, collegiate game that Ibrahim has played. I thought he was big on both ends for us. Look, he's going against, to me, arguably the best big in college basketball. Hunter Dickinson is a terrific college basketball player, terrific player, period. And for Ibrahim to go, toe-to-toe with him and have to battle him in the low post, they're going at each other, scoring in the low post. I thought he did a great job for us, and I'm really proud of the way he stepped up and gave us a huge effort tonight.
We've talked in the past about closing halves. That first half, the way you closed to get yourself back into single digits, how pivotal. Coach Self said that decided the game. What did you see different there at the end of the half after you were down double digits?
Well, I thought when we got down double digits, our guys, had that look like, wow, this is, playing against Kansas. They get that type of lead. You start to get knocked back a little bit. So in our timeouts, I was trying to just settle them down, letting them know it's a long basketball game. We have to still take it possession by possession. There are no 10-point plays. Let's work our way back in it. So we talked about working our way back in that last 4-minute segment. And we were able to do that. I thought we found some things defensively. I thought we got some stops up until the last play that McCullough, hit a big shot, to end the half. I thought we had gotten some momentum. Coach Self is right. And we were able to use that same formula in the second half as we continued, and I thought it was good for us as well.
Johnny, there's a great video of you circulating on social media of screaming into the camera, celebrating the court storm. Just how nice is it to just take a moment and enjoy it, a culmination of so much hard work here at UCF?
You want to enjoy it. I've been part of basketball for like all my life, and you want to be in moments like this. And you want our students to be in moments like this. I mean, how good were they? They stormed the court, and so I was having fun with them. They were having fun with me, and that's what you want. That's what you're in it for. And so I think we all have experiences tonight that they're going to remember for the rest of their life. When they come back to UCF, their 5th, 10th, 20th, alumni reunion, they're going to remember being in this arena and having an experience like this against a storied program.
Johnny, when speaking with you, you always say for the Big 12 and UCF, we belong, we belong. This is a game that no one had you winning outside of yourselves. Do you feel like you made a statement, and do you send a message to the Big 12?
Well, I mean, we realize that, we've played 2 Big 12 games, and we have 16 more to go, and they're all going to be just like this. There are no nights off. Every team is very, very good, and we have to prepare the right way. And if we don't feel we belong, then we're in the wrong conference, And so I want our guys to understand and feed off that energy. And so that's why I started saying, we belong. Because I want them to, every day we go out there, understand that, because I'm sure they're hearing all different type of messages, where we're projected and all these things in the conference. And I want to make sure I fight that with the positive energy and positive messages that we should have, because we can compete. And I thought our guys did a great job of showing that we can compete in this evening's game.
You guys had 7 blocks tonight, and 2 of them were out on the 3-point line. Was that a point of emphasis, putting the pressure on them?
Definitely. We wanted to, they're a terrific team. I think if you lay back and if you let them get comfortable, and that's not our style. Our identity is to get up in you, to press you, And we're not changing our identity for any teams. Like we were saying before, we prepare the same way for every opponent. And so for us, it was stick to our game plan. We know what our strengths are. Let's continue to do them. We believe in them. They've been effective for us most of this year. And we did that tonight. So, I think for us to turn them over 18 times, I mean, they're a phenomenal offensive team as far as taking care of the basketball, as far as assisting, baskets. So to turn them over 18 times, when I looked at the stat sheet, I knew we were working really hard to accomplish that. And that's our identity. That's who we have to be.
How did that ejection earlier on in the game affect the game plan for you guys?
It did alter it because, Scylla is an important piece for us on the floor as well. He plays multiple positions. He gives us depth at the center position at 7 feet, but he also plays the 4 for us. So we were, somewhat limited in what we could do with him out for sure. But it was a lesson learned. It's something tomorrow morning when I meet with him and we watch tape, we'll have that discussion about the do's and don'ts, what you can't do at this level. And so that's something that, we got to keep teaching. He's a young player. He's still learning. And he knew it was a mistake. He apologized for it. And then we move on.
You've talked about strength in numbers and your depth. Is this the deepest team that you've had since you've been here? Because it looked like you were the fresher team at the end. Kansas is not as deep so far at this point of the year than you are, and it showed with the defensively, especially getting so many deflections and turnovers.
Well, absolutely. We want to play with great energy and activity, as you mentioned, because our strength is in our numbers. And you look at the teams that, we face, use Kansas as an example. I mean, they have some terrific players. I mean, they're 1 through 5. I mean, every team in the country would take those players. And so what we want to do is, we understand as we go through 6 through 10, we can have advantages on teams because of our depth and our experience with that depth. And so we've kind of played that way all season. That's been part of our identity as well. And I thought tonight, I thought we did kind of wear them down a little coming down the stretch. They weren't as fresh. And that's what we have to be able to do to have a chance to compete, in this conference.
From a defensive standpoint, how important was CJ in a game like this? He could guard anyone on the court, and he got 3 blocks tonight.
CJ was really important. He's still, finding his way, getting his sea legs because he's been out for quite some time, and it just doesn't happen overnight. Then you thrust him into 1 or 2 games, and then you go right to Big 12 play. Good luck. CJ's still not playing, to a level that I know CJ's going to play at as he continues to get these games under his belt. But I thought he was aggressive. I thought he made some big free throws for us, big blocks, change shots. I mean, he's a difference maker, and I thought his presence on the floor was important for us as well.
You mentioned a couple minutes ago that you guys had 7 blocks in the game. You guys were just outside the top 10 that category coming into the night. So what's been consistently working for you guys, whether it's at the rim or on the perimeter as far as blocking shots?
Just overall activity. We want to play with, like you said, great energy. Our guys are active defensively. We have a lot of guys that are capable of they have good timing. They can time shots or change shots, whether it be on the perimeter or inside. And so that's something that I've learned about our team, over the last few months, that they're capable of making plays, on their man when they're shooting the basketball. And we have to be, we have to kind of continue to grow in that area so we don't foul. But I like their instincts, their ability to block and change shots.
Johnny, last time we spoke, you spoke about building a tradition with the fans here at UCF to pack out the arena whenever there's a home game and have the loudest arena in all the Big 12. Do you feel like they accomplished that? Because there seems there wasn't a moment where the fans weren't sitting down and yelling to the top of their lungs.
No, absolutely. I've seen it like this on several occasions with a few opponents and that we've played over the years. And so I know it has a chance to be special, this environment. We just have to make, this is the, what probably entertainment capital of the world, definitely in our country. And so for us, it's important that we can be one of those attractions too, with our students, with our, local, support in our community. We want to be one of those attractions. And the only way you can become one of those is to have success and to be in moments like this and games like this, but also to win games like this so that they can see what's possible. And I think they will come out, and the more they come out, the more our players will represent this community in a great way.
Donnie, I know you said earlier this week, and you said it again tonight, that this team doesn't falter in their belief that they belong here. But for a student athlete to see it happen, to actually make it happen, what does that do for their psyche, their mentality as they move forward? Excuse me.
I understand. I think it just gives them amazing confidence now because, like you mentioned, a great point. We can say that, but until you get some wins or a win under your belt, it's still that uncertainty there. But now I think it kind of puts a stamp that no, we know we can win. We know we belong. Then we have to go out every night like tonight because every one of the next 16 games are going to be the exact same, and so we need to prepare that way.
What do you and your staff have to do now? You had the build up to that first game and the letdown of losing, then you have this moment, and it doesn't get easier. You've got a
No,
good opponent.
exactly.
How do you manage that as a coaching staff?
We have to keep our guys level. You know, in my conversation with our players, we enjoy it to midnight. After that, it's over. It's next play. Because we know we have BYU coming. They're a very good basketball team at a great preseason, the top 25 team, top 20 team in the nation. And that's how it's going to be every night. So if we dwell on a game that's in the past, whether the game we lost to Kansas State or this game that we won versus Kansas, we can't live in either one of those moments. We have got to move forward, and we have to understand, stay grounded, and, you know, tune out all the noise. I know as a staff we can do that, but we need these young people to tune out the noise and concentrate on the next opponent that we have. It's going to be another really good team.
Did you see them do that after the Kansas State loss, that they switched that gear and focused?
Well, we definitely focused when we got back and we practiced that next day. So we got focused real quick from what we wanted to do. You know, we had to flight back, and then that next day we got in the gym and we got together and tried to work out some things and make some adjustments to what we need to do to be successful. And I thought the adjustments, you know, have been good for our guys.
You were saying earlier that, you know, you've been coaching for so many years at this point. Would you say that tonight has been the biggest win of your career?
I think it's probably the biggest win of my career here. Biggest win of my career here. Based on the opponent we're playing a Blue Blood program, Hall of Fame coach, and they do a terrific job. You know, I follow basketball, college basketball, of course. I love it, so I live it. And I've watched that program, and I've watched Coach Self. He's done a phenomenal job. I mean, deserving to be a Hall of Fame coach. I mean, championship, you know, won several championships, national championships. I mean, so to compete in a game like that and then to win it, I mean, I think it just really helps our overall growth of a program like ours as we move forward.
Last question will be Chris right here in the back.
Johnny, you mentioned the zone earlier. You guys played tonight, though. The zone, the straight zone, the matchup zone, man-to-man full court, and there was a lot of confusion thrown at them tonight. Did you see that?
Well, we were trying to, you know, just, you know, mix up what we do a little. You know, but that's our style of play. You know, if you've seen us play, you know, that's what we do. You know, that's our identity. The only thing that was different was the zone and match up out of it at times. That was new, but everything else was our normal system. And when we find something that we feel, you know, is working for us, then we kind of go with that, and that's what we did tonight.
So the final will be with the other Chris.
Yeah. We've talked about your newcomers. You have a lot of them on this roster, but Darius Johnson was the one that finished the game out with 2 free throws, hit a big three. What was it like? What it mean to you to see guys who have stuck around the program and been here to go out and finish a win like this?
You know, I'm just really proud of Darius. I mean, you know, we've gone through this together, this journey together over the last, you know, 2, now 3 years. And I'm just really happy for him because there's no player on our team that works any harder than he does and is any bigger believer in what we do than he is. He should. He's my godson. So, you know, so for him, you know, I'm just really, really happy because, you know, for him to have this type of moment, to make the big plays that he made down the stretch, and his best basketball still ahead of him as he, you know, moves forward. And as we move forward, you know, game by game in this conference, because he's capable of playing at this level, and I think he showed it tonight.
Perfect. Good stuff. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, guys.
Enjoy it till midnight.
Exactly.